Okay, we are doing a virgin relaxer. And so I'm done my back 2 quadrants, and now I'm doing my front left quadrant. So I'm taking 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch subsections, and I'm going to keep it off the scalp and off the ends. So I apply it to 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch off the scalp, all the way down the strand to 1 inch off the scalp. I'm going to apply it on the top and up underneath. Okay, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to drape it over the end of my brush just like that to keep it off the scalp. Nice clean straight partings. I'm going to keep it off the scalp, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Apply all the way down the hair shaft until 1 inch off the ends. I'm going to apply it on the top and up underneath. Okay, once I get it almost to the ends, 1 inch off the ends, and I'm going to drape it over my tail end of my brush just like that. Nice clean partings. I'm going to keep it 1/4 to 1/2 inch off the scalp, all the way down the hair shaft, keeping it 1 inch off the ends. I'm applying it on the top and up underneath. And then I'm going to drape it over my tail end of my comb, just like that, on my brush to keep it off the scalp. Nice clean partings. 1/2, 1/4 to 1/2 inch, keeping it off the scalp, 1/4 to 1/2 off the inch, off the scalp. All the way down the hair shaft, making sure I'm saturating it on the top and up underneath, keeping it 1 inch off the ends, and then I'm going to drape it over the tail end of my brush so that I keep it off her scalp, so her scalp don't burn. Nice clean partings. 1/2 to 1 inch. Sorry, 1/2 an inch to 1/4 to 1/2 inch. 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Keeping it off the scalp, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Going all the way down the hair strand, keeping it off the ends, 1 inch. Making sure I'm applying to the top and to the bottom. And then I'm going to lay it over the tail end of my comb to keep it off the scalp. Nice clean partings. Keeping it off the scalp, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Making sure I apply all the way down the hair strand to 1 inch off the ends, and I'm applying it on the top and up underneath. And then I'm going to drape it over the tail end of my brush to make sure I keep it off the scalp. Nice clean partings. Keep it off the scalp. One-quarter to 1/2 inch off the scalp. Making sure I apply a lot of product on there. Make sure I get it good and saturated. I'm applying on the top and up underneath. All the way down the strand, keeping it 1 inch off the ends. And once I get it to 1 inch off the ends, then I'm going to drape it over the tail end of my comb and keep it off her scalp. Nice clean partings. 1/4 to 1/2 inch off the scalp. Now this section is too wide here, so is way too wide, so I have to break that into 2 sections. So I keep it nice and even. Because if you don't, then what happens is then you'll have on the corners where you tried to pull it all together, you'll have hair that's still going to be curly at the scalp, and then your client is going to be unhappy that she still has curl at the scalp. Okay? All the way down the hair strand to 1 inch off the ends. Okay, this is my other part of that subsection that was too wide. Applying on the top and up underneath, all the way down the strand, keeping it 1 inch off the ends. One inch off the ends. Do the same thing again. My piece is too wide, so I'm going to have to do it in half. Applying to the top and up underneath. Making sure my product is saturated through. All the way down the hair strand to 1 inch off the ends. Okay, then I'm going to lay it over my comb, over my brush to keep it off the scalp. This is my other piece of that same section. It was too wide. Keeping it off the scalp, making sure I'm applying to the top and to the bottom. Keeping it off her ends, 1 inch off the ends. You don't want to get it in her eye because it'll put her eyes out. Okay, now the last little section here. Keeping it off the scalp. Making sure I apply to the top and to the bottom. To 1 inch off the ends. Okay, so once you get that done, then I want to see what you've done all over the head. So I need you to, you can take your lady and you can turn her if you want to. You can just turn your mannequin head like this. Turn it and let's see what you've done on each quadrant. You can turn her just like that. Just do a whole turn. Let's make sure that you got her off, keeping it off of her scalp. And then I want to make sure that I can see the top. So you got to show me the top too. Okay? So make sure that you show me all the way around her. So she's nice and saturated.